Hello, gamers, racers, and legends alike. How are we all doing? We got a
game. Yeah.
Yeah. We got us a race. We got us Clifforus versus Being. 131.03 versus 131.23. 20 seconds between them. That's not even a cutscene.
Yeah, this one's harder to pick than a broken nose.
Yeah, you're not even wrong. Both of them hindered by the 130 barrier. Both low FPS runners, so Homer 2 is going to be pretty interesting between these two. Bridge Clip could decide it. But we do have to get things going because we are time limited here, so if both runners are ready...
I am ready.
I am ready.
Alright, we will go in 3, 2, 1, go.
Geo.
Good luck to both runners. I hope we see some high-class gaming today.
Cliff started first, he's my winner.
Hey, I'm endorsing a new cola, kids.
Yep.
And this
I think
one
everyone
is
on the left-hand side has won,
anybody.
or something I heard. Or maybe that was just in the winner's bracket. But,
So far since knockouts, Blue has won every race.
Too hot for the FDA.
I will start us a
You
prediction
can
up.
Get up and go. You need to do all the pathetic stuff you have to do. Try new improved Buzz Cola.
Cola. Must get Buzz Cola.
Your prediction is up. Putting 2K on Cliff, based on the entire reason that he started first.
I feel like I've had some really terrible picks recently, so I feel like whoever I pick is going to be the opposite.
Do me a favor, bet on Being.
So, yeah, maybe.
Don't
Yeah, bet on Being. Just kidding. But yeah, this is really close. I really don't know who to pick.
Congratulations, Homer. Mission complete.
See, in this instance, if I was one of the runners personally, I bet on the other runner for the sheer reason of, if you bet on the other runner while being a runner yourself, you win regardless of the situation.
True.
If you win, you go to the next round. If you lose, you get donuts. It's a win-win to me.
Absolutely.
So,
Always bet a ridiculous amount and I know that I'm going to lose. I think I bet like 60,000 on Derek next time.
if it makes you feel any better, I bet 40,000 donuts on Smith to win and then he lost.
Oh no.
Yeah, that was a shocker to me as well.
Yeah, I think I bet 20k on that or something as well.
Oh, at least I wasn't the only one.
Yeah, it was,
I must admit, I'm concerned with all the good runners going down into the losers bracket.
yeah, it's boring.
Yeah, because I get the feeling that Smith alone is going to decimate the lower bracket. And, I don't know how to feel about it.
I don't know, I might get lucky and not have to face against him. But yeah, it's inevitable some really good people can end up in the lower bracket eventually.
Both of these runners are equal at the moment, both having a 22 entry into the Simpsons house. Alright, this is time for the Donut Casino. Cliff's traffic may be a little off actually because of where he approached. Oh, he despawned, he's fine.
What's next? Find it cooler. I gave it to Barney.
You'll have to despawn at Barney though, otherwise he's gonna get trafficked. Yeah. Yo.
I'm a lean, mean speed.
Yeah, as being the same before the race, there's really not much to say before any push. And even after that, there's not a lot to say until sunrise.
I mean, yeah, it's Homer 1. A lot of runners all believe that Homer 1 doesn't really matter too much. I can certainly confirm it really doesn't mean that much on low FPS. And it's honestly just who performs better.
Just pure who takes the better vines.
Like, let's be realistic.
Tiny little optimizations.
there could be 10 seconds between these runners, and the one in the lead could immediately lose that just due to bad traffic RNG in part 1.
This isn't funny.
Yeah, possible.
Yeah.
What the heck were you?
This is a really good time here from Cliff, actually. This is going to be a 3:06? 4:07, sorry.
No,
Yeah. Cliff definitely now taking the lead here.
Did he go for bush trap?
No, he didn't. Neither runner did.
Oh, pretty good time then, yeah.
Interesting park from Being. Good old Lenny push now for Cliff. Will you go for ESS or not? Because I've genuinely found that going for ESS lately is just like so beneficial. Yeah, he's going through ESS.
Go for the backwards route.
Can you come and get me? I'll pay.
Hey, Homer.
Huh. I just learned something. I thought that if you went in the phone booth before talking to Lenny, it would despawn Lenny. I just learned something today.
Let's do this thing.
Yeah.
Being not having a pretty optimal Lenny push and also not going for ESS, so Cliff's just gonna save free time on Being here.
Oh, out of control.
Sad day for generic characters.
Are they both in minivans?
You're not gonna
Let's see
get
what
bored?
Cliff is in. Looks like it. Oh no.
No, Cliff's in a ute.
I am excelente.
Damn, you look so slow on 46.
Everything looks slow on 46.
You're not
Did a
even...
rando run on 46 the other day.
Oh no. Ooh, Cliff, that was close. Not the greatest push in the world for Cliff, but just manages to redeem it.
The vibrations tick-
Yeah, that was good. Solid.
Convertible.
Good
Five-
time out.
547 Destruction is actually a really good Smithers, especially for low FPS and more importantly, especially for 46.
Can I
He's on like sub 127 pace right now.
It's definitely possible as long as he has a good Bone Storm here and makes the cycle.
clean this mess
Oh.
up later?
Nope, never mind.
Oh no.
Oh no, he fell!
Unfortunate.
I shouldn't have said anything. Already jinxing your face.
If you're so smart, how come I broke you? Must.
You can do in the reverse route here. It's always nice to see some
Oh, hell yeah.
differences.
Stupid like a bus.
You know, I start
Doing
doing
the
the
proper route. That's what they should call it, not the reverse route.
I start doing the reverse route personally, but trying to get it so I can have my camera do that at the moment with the controls I currently. Oh no!
Held on a bit too late there. Yeah, I know what you mean. You have to start holding the input really early. else
It's not even the
fall off.
case of that. It's my control schematics that I have right now would be completely messed up if I did start going for this. Because I have enter as my R1 button.
Famous bearded cartoon creator
Right.
incarcerated in a Peruvian
Interesting.
jail. In order to
So,
local citizens are outraged
I can't
Very
really...
bizarre.
cameras throughout
No, it's because the X button on my controller doesn't always work. So I drop input sometimes with X, so I remapped it to be R1 as the enter button.
Fair enough.
Keyboard platforming. Gotta love it.
Oh, Cliff plays on keyboard, right?
Yes, Cliff does play on keyboard. Cliff was
Also-
practicing cola trucks earlier, and that was interesting to watch.
Oh, homie, you're so.
There's a 99k bet on Being.
Nice.
I'm making donuts tonight.
Who was that?
Sweet.
That was Eddie.
Yo, hey, I want to do maths. Wait a minute. Wait.
Looks harder than it is.
Okay. If Cliff pulls this off and wins, my 2,400 donuts increases to 38,800 donuts. Oh my god, that's a lot of donuts. Come on, Cliff. I've never wanted someone to win more than now.
Gotta get those Twitch NFTs tokens.
No, I'm not Homer. You're Homer. And I'm not
Big
biased,
fucking chat.
man. Manpig, I am not biased. I just have an opinion. Key face. Nah, it's kind of the case of like, but I want both runners to do well, but if I had to pick a deciding based solely on the fact that I can get 38,000 donuts, I want it to be Cliff now.
Oh,
But I do want both runners to do really well.
I want both of them to win. Yep.
You know that's not possible, right?
Mr. Burns,
Bye.
Marge
That'd be perfect.
your service.
Sometimes don't give your opinion. Wow, that's just rude. That's so rude.
first. Eat my dust.
Tell them, Homer.
Vengeance will be mine.
Cliff misses a drop.
Right.
Being just not giving any interest, just smashes Bone Storm truck.
Being's been doing like a challenge run where he can't turn left.
Almost built my son
Mm.
down.
I was watching a bit last night. It's incredible. You just had to like throw yourself at walls and stuff.
So what's again?
Turn yourself around. I
Learn to drive,
hope he's not got
man.
that muscle memory still in him.
To be fair, he did come into chat saying he forgot that you could press left, which was really amusing to hear out of context.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, Tim, that was actually exactly near enough what happened.
that was pretty funny.
If only.
Oh, that was too easy.
Have two
This
biased
is-
commentators. Alright, yeah, let's go, Being. I want Pat's donuts.
What? My donut!
Give them to me.
No! I want the sprinkles. This is gonna be around about an 11 flat exit for Cliff here. I'm barely getting
Yeah.
no jump at all there, just barely making, yeah, the ring jump.
Being lost quite a lot of time that bone storm. For at least 10-15 seconds, I think.
And that's going to be
Number one.
at 11:58? Yes.
7:55 IL timing, nice, let's go. Pace. Yeah, but I mean,
I gotta get the new.
two of these runners could pull up
No
sub 130.
problemo.
It is very possible. Sports car!
We weren't meant to get
I
this
visited
new
driving
to
off.
see it.
Let's hit the town. All right.
I'll get you, Bart, just like I got Charlie and Nam.
Afraid not.
Afraid so.
Man, you just get no lift on 46, do you?
Stand your lightning fast wit.
Yeah, it's pretty unforgiving.
Smell you later, Stink Gator. Killer. That was totally awesome.
Numpad camera enjoyers.
Wait, you can control the camera with the number pad?
Insane. I thought people that use triggers for their cameras were insane.
Yeah.
It's too far.
Just give me a second to catch my breath.
I regrettably have inverted controls for my camera.
Wait, what?
I have it. I have to. If I want to look right, I push left.
Whoa, wicked.
Yeah, mine's like that too.
It's like the Lightning McQueen meme. It's just like I turn right to go left. Huh? He just careens left.
That was totally awesome. $1.
Yeah, I don't know how you can really use the keyboard and the mouse at the same time, but
Sorry, bot.
unless
Unless people.
Controls on your mouse, I don't know.
I mean, I don't think people use the mouse. I think.
They have like mouse look on though, I don't know. You must use it to some degree.
I don't know. So all I'm gonna say.
Had keyboard, had a mouse look on.
All I'm gonna say is keyboard players confuse me, and we're gonna stick at that one.
Yeah. For a driving game, it confuses the hell out of me, but people have got far better times with keyboard than this, so I won't question it.
Left click is your action button. Sorry, I was struggling to process that one. I can't compute that. As a controller player, I can't compute.
Using the numpad and the mouse, I'm like, what? Two right arms.
Mouse is just for playing Fortnite. Everyone knows that.
Yeah, or Minesweeper.
Yo, it's been forever since I've played Minesweeper.
Bart Simpson at your service.
A decent ass game. Oh, any fast escapes here? Oh my god, Thing's going for it. And he doesn't get it. Oh no.
Don't have a cow, man.
That's really unlucky. The Being escape. Really? Not good.
That just got a little more rare.
Yeah, I totally rule. Woo, nice one.
I blame no one. Moons of Xanthor.
Will not escape. What?
I bruised easily.
Ow. Okay. There we go.
60 moment.
That was so cool.
Being getting the vend as well.
I gotta play bonus.
I don't understand why people don't do that normally.
Hmm?
Getting the vend as well as the wasp in 2-3.
It's mainly because getting both the vent and the wasp at the same time can push the nerd car ahead of you. Which, if the nerd car does drive very well, you can't get hospital.
I see. That's just a safe strat.
Yeah. And another thing is people will normally get that vent in the end of Barton Frink as well.
Yeah.
So there's just really no point whatsoever.
Oh. Interesting jump. Cliff?
Cliff is dead.
He's on one hit or something.
Whee!
So, yeah, be careful here. Oh, actually, there's a wrench. Okay. Real good. Oh. Not going for the wasp.
You know, I like that sports car color for being.
If I didn't play so many video games,
Nice.
I'd be in better shape.
Oh no, that's not good.
Why is Cliff doing this?
Oh, he's doing the new strat. The liquid Wi-Fi strat.
What's the point though?
Speed. I think he's just flexing. Oh, nothing.
Oh, get owned, Wiggum.
Hey, Spring.
Apparently Snake spawns at a weird height here, so we'll see. I think it can be alright sometimes though, let's see.
I'll never lose these love handles. That was totally awesome.
Oh no. Being also on like one hit as well.
You know, last time I checked,
Snake.
I don't think Snake is supposed to spawn in the floor.
No. That's not normal. He's just chilling.
Hey, you were supposed to eat my dust.
Snake naturally grows on the highway. Ah, I see. So the creators of downtown planted a snake tree on the highway long ago. Yeah, makes sense.
Don't smoke him.
Oh, Cliff got the Vox Wasp.
Beautiful. That's an interesting route.
Has those in
It's not that bad, actually.
Hey there, Mr. Slime. No problemo.
Gonna make the jump. Oh my! He nailed it.
Damn, that was actually perfect as well. He nailed it in
Yeah,
such a
that
way that he lost like 0 momentum.
Solid.
Yeah.
Being sarcastic, but he actually did not.
Low FPS moment.
That was better than the movie box.
Yeah, it can be unfortunate sometimes when you undershoot it.
Yeah. It's painful. I had that happen today, and the only car that spawned was a pizza van. I was like, oh, yeah, we're doing this. Pizza van. It cost me 10 seconds as well.
Yeah, I always just throw or get really tilted when that happens and reset.
I just sometimes look, I was just like, oh, well, this is happening.
Normally seems to be after like, I don't know, throwing like 20 seconds already in that mission. It just drives through the train.
46 FPS moment.
Like the channel tunnel driving onto the train.
The train never existed. Not even wrong.
Now we got to deliver the delicious good.
Let's see if Cliff gets a decent who escape. Going for gazebo.
Please stop what you are doing. No one can sell rotten meat in this.
Gets the wasp and the box. You'd love to see it. No, he only got the box.
Yeah.
Did he not main menu warp?
Rusty burgers. I
Oh,
am
no.
the king.
Being having a bit of a driving issue.
I guess not.
Interesting.
You expect
I don't understand. If you get gazebo, you meant to main menu walk
Time for
twice.
some road rage. Farts and
You just
freestyle.
main menu walk once.
He probably just said, screw it, I want to save 5 seconds, and just accepted that he's gonna get the wasp in monkeys.
Hi, Doc.
Being doesn't escape!
No. It's it.
He practically drove in a straight line! What the heck was Pooh doing? He's on crack!
What's the... Not driven into the quickie mart or something? Oh, the Rusty Burger.
Not driving into the quickie.
You got
Better start with K. Close enough.
too cool for school.
You know, actually, Cliff wanting this van wants to make sure he's good for coins.
Right, that was so cool.
Yeah, can respect it.
Oh, it's monkey time.
Doesn't get that wasp. He'll get the gazebo wasp here. I think. Nope, he's gonna get this one. Yes, we got one.
It's coins.
Whoa.
Don't know if
Having-
it's town hall.
Gimme,
But
gimme, gimme.
it's great.
Ooh, Being doing this strat.
The rims cost $900.
I like this strat actually.
At least I didn't break my memory card.
Yeah, I need to learn this route. Been putting it off for years, I swear. Oh, kind of the gazebo though. Kind of needs it though, these coins. I think.
Yeah, he does now.
I thought he was gonna overshoot that.
3 Bs.
Horse already has the box because the black van got it.
Gonna have hit and run here. Yep, there it is. See how well he handles this.
Yeah, shouldn't be too much in food. Nice, there's one freebie at least.
Attention cars! 10-year-old hitchhiker needs a ride.
Yeah, Being has been struggling at the moment.
Yeah.
I totally rule.
See how he can, you know, push back. Maybe he'll warm up a bit and
Bart Simpson
Yep.
at your
start playing a bit better.
Sellouts for Cliff. Let's see how his first car goes.
Whoa!
That's a really good hit, actually.
Oops.
Yeah, this is a clean first car.
But there's one big advantage of 46 FPS.
Yep. You can
Hello.
breathe on a destruction car and it takes like half damage.
Yeah, give it a stern look and we'll pretty much be dead.
It takes 1/4 emotional damage.
Look at that.
Oh, that's clean. Gonna need to back up though. He lost. Oh, that pizza van.
Be able to get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Smash into a taxi? Yep.
Ooh, up on.
Hello, sports car. What are you doing? Committing felonies. It looked like it was gonna be stuck there for a minute.
Destroying itself.
Whoa.
I don't know.
Not bad there actually for Cliff. If he can get off the back end, of course.
Yeah, pretty decent sellouts.
628 destruction is really decent.
Yeah, sure. Be happy with that.
Yeah, especially if we don't talk about the fact that Bart kills 4 people willingly in this mission for the sake of carnage.
Yeah, I was thinking earlier, like, if Simpsons Hit and Run was canon, he may die in this game. Pretty morbid.
Don't worry, I understand. I was thinking what it would be like and how well Pac-Man would fit in this world. He's yellow, he's good at ground pounding, and he has no qualms whatsoever on
Might be
causing
right.
chaos.
Might be onto something here.
Listen, change my mind. This game would be good if Lisa was replaced with Pac-Man. 618 at the fire trucks isn't that bad, actually.
Yep. Still solid.
I spilled my squishy.
Haven't seen any disaster sellouts, which is the main thing. Don't want to see that.
Being here for cutscene skip. Cliff got it really clean.
Oh yeah. Notice him getting cutscenes good. Let's see. Nice.
I genuinely thought he was going to unpause because he hesitated. Very clean bounce there for Cliff. Gotta maintain a lot of his momentum.
Near mint condition. Haven't
Do like that old strat.
not going to dignify that they coming.
I used to do that for ages.
I still do that.
Oh, you gotta do the sideways bounce.
Eh?
Quick.
I didn't know there was a sideways bounce.
Yeah, you like drift into the wall and it like turns you the rest of the way around.
Huh. Didn't know that. What if Being will do it just to show me?
Yeah, maybe. Looks like it. Yeah, that one.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, I didn't know that was a thing. Or I just did and my brain just shut off about it.
Can you please pick me up?
I wonder what coins Cliff is on. Oh.
Millhouse? Keep an eye out
Let's see
for
what these coins are saying. Can I see a Krusty Loop skip? Probably not.
He could skip the beach and get Krusty Lou.
Good.
It saves time.
Just get Flanders. Skip Krusty Loop.
But Flanders is slow.
It's not.
No one say anything in chat. I don't want to hear anything.
It's better CPS than Krusty. Oh no, Tim's there.
Okay, Tim's your band.
Yeah, I only found out about this new retiming sheet that has made. I don't know how old it is. But
Yeah, I've been hearing a lot of things about it. I really need to go and check it out, actually.
yeah, it's made me have some realizations about my coin room.
Yeah, it's made me question a lot of things as well.
Yeah.
To pay for that.
Like some stuff we thought was really slow is actually not at all.
Like the
That's
4-drop
going for
wasp in
it.
a pair.
Yeah, stuff like that. Stuff like the quickie marker surprised me. Apparently optimally it's only like 2.5 seconds or something.
Yeah,
Seems bizarre.
it does. It just doesn't seem fast.
Yeah, I don't know if that's like if it follows you or something. I think it would be quicker, but maybe I don't think it means running up to it and getting. I don't know. It's like, kind of hard to understand with the sheet.
I like it how after ESS was discovered, we used it for everything just to realize what we were doing before was faster. Like with 1.7.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was around back in the day. Yeah.
I remember this game when the original Out of Bounds was the Globex Out of Bounds.
Oh, I better hurry. Last time I left this
Uh,
door, hoodlums put
I don't.
number face
Thankfully, I
on
miss
the
those days. Seems like a pretty horrible trick. I'm really glad we don't do that anymore.
I remember watching that, and I genuinely remember saying to myself, well, that strat's in the game, I'm not speedrunning this game because I refuse to do it.
What the hell were you thinking?
It's kind of
It's-
incredible that they found better out of bounds.
Oh,
It's full of-
It's funny though, considering just how broken Homer 2 is, that we're still finding new things with it.
Yeah.
For example, traffic car Out of Bounds in 7.7.
Still missing, and I'm no
How we use the traffic car to get up the wall and get out.
Professor Brink at the
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. It's like actually an RTA viable strat now.
Yeah. It's just
Before it's-
people don't get it fast.
Yeah, it's definitely hard to do quickly.
Yeah.
I've never tried it, so, but it looks like.
I watched Greenie try and do it and take like a pretty decent amount of time doing it. I just don't know if it's faster or not.
Yeah, you'd have to pull off the setup pretty quick. for it to
Yeah.
actually be worth it.
Grandpa.
With like the
Clever
perfect
Operation Hellfish. Kind of.
Wow.
Half, yeah.
setup. Going for the budget full focus, despite there being pickup. Interesting. Maybe he's going for the bus.
Yeah, no. I thought he'd go for Crackstrap personally, but I was wrong.
Let's just do this thing.
Barcode.
That's clean. That'll go straight over.
Spells.
I've heard
When
it.
we found the limo out of bounds or something. The fire truck out of bounds.
I've heard of Barcode, I just don't know who Barcode actually is.
Gotta go.
Found cemetery resets, what the hell? That's pretty crazy.
Interesting.
I just assumed it would be somebody who ran the game quite a lot.
Oh, who was the cheater that did the splice run?
Oh, was it Christian Marionic or something?
Yeah. I remember that. I actually remember that. That was funny. Tato with the
Allegedly.
pot.
Anyway.
Tato with the party is 7.
Go.
Welcome in, Raiders. We have a race.
Not the
Lot of donuts staked on this one.
Incredible. Badger bar.
question the value of this activity.
LeBron James.
Now, that was efficient. Oh dear.
I just love though like how often this game is being ran so much lately, and just new things continue to be found all the time. It's just like it's incredible to me.
Yeah, it's definitely slowed down a lot, but
Sorry,
still finding out weird optimizations this year.
it's empty.
Stuff like ship skip and stuff is really weird. Like, big time saves that are just super inconsistent.
So, excuse me. Not too fast, not too slow.
I just love that like for every single runner there's always new optimizations and improvements that can be made.
Hmm.
Like I don't know, I like it. Oh, it's gone!
Maybe we'll do clip through.
It clipped through, like, you know where it blows itself up on the pole? It went straight through it.
Oh no, that's unlucky.
That right there is a 60 FPS moment. Being, you might as well have just drove to it.
Time to move.
Cliff hanging back here wasn't able to get ahead of it to do the reset, hoping and praying for good RNG. Gets good RNG. You think it just barely avoided it? You know, that's also probable. That's actually also probable.
Ah, yes. Legally sanctioned violence. Ain't it sweet?
I'm gonna have to do so much babysitting to pay for that.
Being your bar. Please catch up. Please go faster.
I hope kids at
You.
Chief Wiggum's
I'm
Very lucky.
so baffled how he didn't fail.
Yeah. Still calculated.
fish delivered to a happy
You
Absolute
gotta
legend.
figure it out.
home. Have a good life. Plenty of good living here. I feel barfy. Oh no! Now you'll never be fried and served with tartar sauce. Next time,
Fishy dills. Funny fish.
return to the wild.
Ah, yes.
Talking, of course, about fish.
Communist fish.
Good rebrand, honey fish.
I just call this
different, man.
communist fish. Huh?
Communism's all about oppression.
Exactly. That's
Yeah,
why
let's
it's
not
the
talk
twin.
about politics.
I just like to have a joke. I've always called it communist fish.
Yeah.
I did that since I was a
The
150.
American fish, I thought.
Oh, so that fish is just American, is it? We have British fish and one American fish.
Savor your cold-blooded friends.
Don't worry about it, Mugsworth. It's just a little joke it's a personal joke for me.
Ahab will tell me what he knows. Easy as pie. The number, that is. Could you come get me? Let's just do this. Lisa Simpson at your service. I go, girl.
Biff, Limo, Strat, but looks slower than
Oh, he's
regular.
doing this one.
Looks so much harder.
I just don't like this limo.
He's made it work, yeah. Fair enough. I look reasonably quick. Bit awkward to turn here.
Oh, go.
Yeah, that was definitely a low FPS. It's enough
know-
FPS, you know? Sorry.
Or whatever works. It's gonna be a really decent time for Cliff, actually. It'll be like a 37 1x.
Yeah. Pretty solid.
Easy as pie. The number, that is.
Yeah, that don't work, Being.
I don't know.
Yeah, I just didn't have a good lineup to hit the back of the limo.
I'll do my best.
Yeah, fast limo sucks on low FPS.
Yeah, I think you have to hit it super early.
Just do the CTD strat.
Oh yeah, there's that. That is indeed a thing.
Smart.
Camera angle. Oh.
We're doing that camera, aren't we? It's a smart idea for Being actually get the Planet Height Wasp. He should just, honestly, right now, he should just be kicking things for coins. Like phone booth.
You should get
the
ESS as well.
Chief Wiggum.
He'll be getting ESS at the start of 4-1.
Catch my breath.
That compact car's having words for Cliff.
Okay, Marge, stick to the
Well, it makes it work by the looks of it.
God damn.
in that back corner. Oh
Uh-oh.
no.
Uh-oh.
It's
How is this still working?
perhaps. I don't know, he might just get weird drops here.
Is he even getting drops?
I think.
He's getting drops?
Yeah, 'cause I think the drops always come out the front of the car.
This is
Should be
ridiculous. That's just ridiculous.
38, 37 leaving Lucy.
That's a moving violation. Boy, for a business.
That's about a minute and 20 25 seconds. I think.
Excuse. Oh, you
Something like that. Still anyone's game.
Being's coins are very good right now.
smashy, smashy.
Yeah, he's really good. Solid. Anything over 700 in your life and
Yep, definitely not getting fast limo or donut fire at least. Oh no! Ooh, that was close.
Now I wish I had insurance.
Look out!
Hope they're all right.
Watch it, buddy.
Oh no, that garbage truck's coming in hot. Oh, it stops.
can I get 10 donuts, please?
Why do you want 10 donuts?
To get to the 4-2.
Oh, you're talking about Being. I was like, wait, why do you want 10 donuts? What are you saving up for?
Saving up.
Oh no! It's getting away from Being.
Bring it a Long Island iced tea.
Oh no. Oh no. He's gonna have hit and run in a minute.
Why does Marge even need donuts? Oh yeah, it's for Wiggly both.
This is so sad. This is so unfortunate.
Yeah, that was the last drop as well, wasn't it? It was
Yeah. Gotta go for 5-3 coins
it's a
here.
4-1 moment.
Definitely a 4-1.
I feel like we need a 4-1-ing.
You know, I'll say this now. It's like this donut truck is sentient because it'll do the biggest backups every single time, but the last drop where it does like the tiniest backup.
Yeah. No, I feel like it's sentient because it only ever gets.
Tim's, I'm not thinking that. I do have a heart, and it's sad to see all these unfortunate things happening to Being. And then he smashes into a caravan park.
Oh no, that's unlucky.
No. Gets the
Okay.
wasp released? Gets the wasp released.
You've got
I still believe in being.
You still believe?
I believe.
Oh, faith is a good thing to have.
We need them ketchup packets people done throwed out to feed on during the
Oh, hello.
winter. Help me
That could have been worse. Could have been a car blocking that drop.
dumpsters round here somewheres. I can feel it in my stank bone.
Has Cliff got wonky driving? He was wiggling around a bit, I don't know. Nah. Maybe.
Looks like it. Yeah.
I think he does.
Yeah, he does. I'll tell you right now if he does. Yes, he has wonky driving.
That's pretty rare.
oh, that looks.
I don't think I've ever had wonky driving on this mission, I remember.
I've had it a handful of times. I feel like it's pretty nice on 60. Until this jump.
You don't have to pay for that.
Whee! Yeah, I love that emote actually, it's so good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Being getting a nice spam grind there, getting even more coins.
Jump zone. Wonky driving. Pretty insane.
You know, Cliff could genuinely probably go for the turning right strat there with having wonky driving and being able to maintain momentum.
I bet that's smarts.
No time for caution.
Hey! I done did that before.
Being an absolute wall of traffic there.
You hate to see it. Yeah, no, honestly, probably having wonky driving here for Cliff is actually going to probably be better off.
Yeah, it's definitely less sluggish around the corners. Maybe.
Yeah.
Call that driving?
We have a battle of the capitals in chat.
Oh,
Slow and steady.
I like London. That's my favorite.
Sexy man.
Just kidding.
I'm
Goodbye.
Everyone better stay
Anger.
out of my way.
What? Everyone,
Hey, should we start talking in capitals?
do we need to
Feels like
I think you guys need to take a chill pill a bit.
Nah, I think
You
just
don't
me
need to be
and you.
hostile in chat.
I think me and you just need to start talking in capital.
Talking. I don't
Yeah.
feel like it.
I do feel like it.
No,
Yes.
I'm gonna speak in tiny case.
It's 0.5
No
pace.
lowercase. Close speaking. Start speaking like.
Oh my.
Yeah.
That was deep. I felt that.
Sorry, everyone. See who can scream louder.
Yes, no.
Let's not.
Yeah, let's not do that, thank you.
There goes my college money. I should pay more attention.
Ah, there you go.
Nice
Alright.
girls finish fast.
Ping's got very nice coins. Coins on Cliff's End or not?
I need to see his coins.
I think like 650 or something. I don't know if he has both boxes. Maybe I'm just chatting wet.
Oh, his coins are fine. Already had much worse coins than that earlier.
Yeah. That Finn would win. True, I would.
Excuse me? Are you accepting that competition now?
What? Oh, louder. Oh, right, yeah. So, you're saying I would win this race? Yeah. I reckon I could.
I love that. It's just like, no, we shouldn't do it. I bet Finn would win. Yeah, I think I would as well.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
It's coming in
absolute
front of-
cutthroat.
I've been racing this whole time. I'm
Hell
already
yeah.
in cutscenes.
Did you miss it?
Nailed it.
Oh, damn. Good luck in part 2.
Freaking nailed it, you guys.
Yeah, good luck with part 2. I heard Frink's been a little, acting a bit sus lately.
Here we are, safe and sound.
Yeah, he's a bit sus.
Hey man, he links gravity and his pants in the same sentence. That's very sus.
Hooray for Liberal Guild. Nicely done.
I think Chief Wiggum has some of the most sus voice lines, and Patty and Selma, to be fair.
Oh, Patty and Selma's voice lines are just f***ing comical. But we can't.
It's like
we can't just.
2000s humour where we're like, oh,
Wait, no one cared whatsoever.
yeah, it's a bit.
Being,
Oh,
you can't get human cookbook yet.
Going for it. I like the enthusiasm.
He's just practicing.
Yeah.
Time to move. You
What's oh?
So being can't count.
maybe
Cliff's on really good pace.
Yeah, this is a really solid run.
Like this could definitely sub 130.
for the last
Yeah, definitely sub 130 pace.
Tell me about
Had a good
the crab
margin, I'm
circles.
guessing.
There I was surrounded by Tojo and his Nazi henchmen. When one of them,
Oh, yeah.
Gone badly.
hits me with a banjo. Now I never reached.
I
for
love
red
The Simpsons
gold,
hitting
I
run.
Nazi one.
That's
Well,
it's kind of cringe.
That makes one of us.
Crab circle?
Not a thing. Where was I? Right.
Tell me
Now,
your
the first
secrets.
time I rode in a water car.
There's information I'm missing.
It
Drachma,
was so
savage.
long ago that I'll have to describe it in sepia tone.
You know, I heard it was like a cosmic kind of thing that was shaped like a planet with an old-fashioned radio antenna coming off of it.
Radio antenna coming off it.
A planet with an antenna. That sounds awfully familiar.
Oh, I think I said my commentator.
It was at the Quickie Mart. That's it. It was on a bottle of pop. Maybe that will jog.
Hi,
your
welcome back to the land of the living. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm just trying to not make disgusting sounds when I drink stuff.
It's okay.
I don't trust this noise compressor. Not good.
There you go. Straight down. The what you're
Yeah,
drinking.
Got
Three kids
Cronenberg.
really slows you
Oh,
down.
I agree with that.
Bart, do you? I'll do my best. Do my
Yeah, I mean, this could be like a 53 March or something.
swear I used to be a
It could be if he games.
Right? No, or maybe 54. Yeah. Well, high 53. I reckon.
aerobics class.
I always get to this point and I have no idea how.
Oh, Cliff's on for a high 53, 54 if he sucks at color trucks.
Yeah.
Which he was practicing earlier and things just weren't going well.
I need a Long Island
Yeah, let's hope for a better result.
Don't worry, Drachma, neither runner went for bush strat.
slow and steady wins the race.
No, forbidden 4-1 bush trap.
Oh. Oh, the more you know.
Yeah, apparently it is faster because of the rubber banding and stuff, because you don't have to reset your car, but
Yeah.
it's just, I don't know why you'd want to go for that.
Yeah, I'd rather probably not.
Three kids really slows you down.
Bush strat's stinky. Especially on 46. See, Cliff's just proving why he's the leading runner here. He got Mr. Plowjacket.
I swear I used to be a
Is it even a run if you don't get Mr. Parker?
No, not the slightest.
step aerobics.
Instant disqualification if you don't get Mr. Plowjacket.
Especially in a race, like you gotta.
Yeah.
gotta
You do get bonus
minimum
points.
extent.
You do get bonus points if you get the red blazer as well.
Bread Blazer. I've done all
Above-
cards.
The house. You know where the house box is that we get
Oh,
in
yeah,
4-7? It's the card above the box.
Let's see.
9 times out of 10 though. Cliff, what are you doing?
He's trying to do like the Cliff limo strat on the other job. Ooh.
Too much. Just couldn't get off the back end of the puller truck.
Awkward traffic there as well.
That works. It would have worked if he actually got the bonk.
Yeah, I don't know if it's worth like pushing him into the corner here. keep
Not,
going.
no, it's kind of not. It's really
Yeah.
slow.
That's what I was thinking.
Like, it's really slow, and you're also not moving closer to Mr. Burns' mansion.
Yeah. Thankfully, he's on 46, so he can just hit it a few times on the side, destroy itself. It looks. Nope.
That's a
Wearing
pretty
Cola
decent.
truck as a hat.
What?
Distributors.
Hang on. So, Cliff is taking a pretty commanding lead right now. Here we go, red blazer time. That's got good bonk, but you're not gonna maintain it. Sad. No red blazers today. I don't like this strat. You know, like where you bonk him into Mr. Burns' mansion?
Yeah, I know. It is quicker though, I think.
It is quicker, I just don't like it.
Yeah. Yeah, scary. I'm so scared of changing my routes at this point. It's been years.
I've been changing my routes a lot lately. It's just certain strats I've got so ingrained in memory, I just don't like changing them.
Yeah, that's it. It's what
Cliff
I mean.
getting wheeled.
Some things I don't mind changing if it's like a noticeable
Yeah.
time save, but like, stuff like that.
I mean, I dropped Krusty Lou, Lisa Krusty Lou lately, and yeah, it's been saving me like 30 seconds in Lisa.
Yeah, I started doing that as well.
That's an interesting third cola truck. Hello. You are staying on that fence, good sir. You ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, very
Oh, never mind. You're going
right.
somewhere.
He must have pushed too early or something.
Yeah, he did. He pushed it too early, and at the exact same time, the truck itself was skidding.
I was going for the backup boss.
Yeah, you might as
Can be a pain if you get to.
I mean, you might as well. It's completely free. He does need to catch up. Cliff, where you do? Wait,
Wait, what?
what? 46 FPS moment. You went straight through the sign.
That might have been a muscle memory taking over moment or something. Can't really set up for the strat great, but it worked. It made it work. So
Yeah, I guess.
if it works, it works, as Falco always says.
If it works, it works. It don't matter if it's slow as long as it works.
Yeah. In a race, you get it done. That's all
Yeah,
that matters.
Cliff ain't happy.
Angry camera. Yeah, it's like a high 54 exit.
I mean, could have been a really decent Lisa time exit.
Yeah, it's just really unlucky by the trucks.
Up Marge. I mean, if he does sub 130, I want to point out that that will be the worst Marge exit time.
Yep.
It would have been
late game.
it would be a 54, 58 Lisa Marge exit time, where the current is a 54:47.
How did you do that?
Huh?
How did you manage that? I don't- It's like, I think I was like 2 minutes behind my first 130.
All I'm gonna say is
I did watch the race. I commentated it.
just end game was nuts. I don't know how to explain the end game.
Yeah, I was so shocked by that. Right? I was like, this could be a little PG, but like,
You and me both. I wasn't expecting that.
yeah.
Because leaving Marge, I'm like, oh, this run sucks. I'm getting Flanders coins before I leave.
Yeah.
God, that run was bad.
But hey, you beat it by like 2 minutes now. So.
Yeah. Yeah, Being ain't happy.
Yeah.
This is just between me and you. Random object. Good karma.
Yes, saying good luck
Thank you
in
all for
Spanish.
coming. I'll see you
Oh.
in
That's
hell.
suerte. No,
Admit, the smell of fresh air is
he
much
might
more
be saying
pleasing than the odor of
bull
a hot dog
sugar.
That's what I thought you were saying as well, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I know one BS follows with another BS, and only seeing one BS, my mind switches to English mode.
Yeah, I think
What are you trying to prove with
it
this
might be the
crazy
latter.
drive?
He's, seems like he might be a bit angry.
I mean, he's well within his right to be angry. That match sucked.
Hey.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that Being had a bad match. A lot of things went wrong in that match that were kind of out of his control, like the donut truck.
Yeah, that was really unlucky.
Yeah, that donut truck was like very unlucky on his behalf.
Being is multilingual. Good to know. So he must have been speaking Spanish.
Yeah, probably actually.
Yeah.
You know, this does deserve a diddles. Actually, this is actually a really good track.
Oh, I smashed
I
my
can't hear
skull.
anything.
I've played this game too much. I can hear it in my
can
mind.
just hear top hat.
You
my mind.
unfortunate person. Listen, don't listen to the voices in your head, especially if it's top hat talking in your head. That's a bad idea.
Still hear the voices.
Don't listen to them. Oh gosh, like that's the best thing. That's actually funny. That's actually funny. And very relatable, actually.
Yeah.
Cliff is stuck on a bell.
I was trying not to swear. We'll keep it PG-13 here.
Good for you. That makes one of us. I can't control myself sometimes. Being having a bit of fire truck problems. Left wanting that box early, having a fight with the Longhorn for it.
Oh, I love 5-1. What a fun. Whoa.
The greatest lineup in the world.
Oh, this is quite far back. It's fine.
Hey, Knock, I'm not responsible for that.
Mr. Homer.
Car built for Greenie. Let's go. No. He was known as Greenie when he came up with it. The legend of Greenie will live on.
Still never forget. He was like Cable, having like 800 coins buying.
It's so stupid. It's so stupid and unnecessary.
Cable coins.
Ah, yo, this is a strap from Cliff.
This is indeed a strat. Yeah, Greenie suddenly disappeared quite recently.
Okay.
I don't know about him anymore.
Fresh air is so quickly. Thank you. Come again. Out of my way, silly customer.
I'm talking about a legend, Knock. Don't worry about it.
Hello?
Some of his clips are so funny, though.
I must admit, the smell of fresh air is much more pleasing than the odor of the hot dog.
Benefit being a keyboard and mouse player, you don't have to deal with janky camera at the start of 5-4.
True. Can be all good.
Yeah. Getting hospital freebie there. That's good for Cliff.
Got heaps of
Having fed. Oh, here we go.
Just running over every pedestrian.
Kill them all.
GTA moment.
Not even wrong. Being having 5 drops there from Baby Van before it starts going off.
Yeah, is it a bit tilted? It looks like it might be a bit tilted.
Yeah, it's tilted and it's being slow. It's like the worst combination.
Yeah. Yeah, Reddy's much better than that Greenie guy.
Cliff handled the hit and run pretty well. Getting police freebie too now, that's really good for them. What?
Yeah, it did kind of look like Zoltan had a chance at it.
Yeah, you're not even wrong. Zoltan actually wasn't doing that bad.
Seen someone get stuck on the stairs. Yeah. It can happen.
Tims, you clearly did not see my run where the stairs practically yeeted me backwards.
Didn't see my run earlier that I did offline.
Oh, that's probably why you were offline.
Watching over my shoulder.
Tims, it was the solo run I did that it was meant to be against my big forehead. It's funny actually. Commentators were like so confused.
Let's see. She got to get it. No problem.
Yeah, no problem.
Hopefully my store will not be robbed more than 4 times while I am
Hey,
driving around.
what are you talking about? Sorry.
I see we're doing this that way.
American accent.
It makes no sense. Whoa.
Don't it?
Forget about it. Yeah, decent turnaround from Clef, surprisingly, because it was late.
Crickets. I am a lean, mean,
Let's be real here. Considering the fact, all that's happened to Being so far, he's doing well to kinda keep up with Cliff.
Yeah, he's not losing that much time recently. Please don't fail.
Oh, hello! The police have come to take your money.
behavior. What are you trying to prove with this?
Both
They
of
just came
those.
flying over the top.
Yeah, both of them were together as well. That's what made it funnier.
Blues Brothers type thing.
Dude, that was a great film.
Oh yeah, that's a goated film.
That's so good.
The music's great.
It really is. Being handled that hit and run very well.
Yeah. No issue there. It's very easy to get busted in further missions. So
Not even wrong.
good on him.
We saw it recently as well.
Just 130 behind. So it's still anyone's game. Place to blow or, you know, failed 7-6 or something.
With Cliff's coins, I kind of don't agree of getting all of Monorail, but at the same time, he just wants to be safe on coins, and I can understand it.
Yeah, let me get cheeky crusty loose skip or something if he's lucky. I don't know.
Probably.
They are pretty nice, these coins. I'm not sure if he's got DMV. Oh, what is that wasp doing there?
Oh, hello. Get it! Kill it! There we go. It probably would have just been better grabbing points on foot, but alright.
Just give me a minute to catch my breath.
10% luck, 90% skill.
Come to Papa, random object.
Uh,
I am surprisingly acrobatic.
actually,
Going for
so
4 drop
excuse me for a
wasp.
minute, but I won't go because it's about to get really interesting in a moment.
If you need to, you can, like, worry about it. Really good backup there from Clef. His time's gonna be a bit tight though.
You better run.
300 horses of convenient power.
Nah, his time is fine. I take it back.
Hope I have room in my pants for this.
Being's coins are nice. He may get 4 drop wasp. Yeah, he's gonna get 4 drop wasp here once I have over 400 coins leaving this area. Gotta be picking up some time here on Cliff.
Seen such a four-wheel disgrace. Oh, no. My friend has. Empty. I am the victim of chicanery most.
Brick skip.
Sir, this photo. Oh, I better hurry.
Armor truck here for Cliff. Not doing the Sadly Warp, don't need to.
So far, it should be a felony.
Does need armor truck though for his coins, to be fair.
Dude, you better not have scratched my car. This town is going to pay for this.
Big skip. Wrong pedestrian being.
Nice try, foolish driver.
Here we go. That's fine.
Beautiful. Back on out.
Yep, that's all good.
You've got to trust in it if you sort of even remotely hit armored truck in the right direction. So
It's not really you need to trust in it. You can kind of tell what he's gonna do depending on like where he's facing.
yeah. To be fair, on low FPS, the chances of getting it.
Yeah, it's not even the case of that. By the time he's gone those 2 wasps, it's done so much damage to itself. He can just wait at the fire truck here.
Yeah. Pretty much. I don't find myself.
Benefits of 46 FPS instead of having like 12 health. It feels like it has 6 health.
Yeah. You can actually wait a bit further forward there. With,
Yeah.
few car lengths.
That's not too bad. Being here for armor truck, a little bit of a late despawn for my liking. Yeah, that's fine.
That looks.
No, that's not fine. That's getting out.
Unlucky.
That's getting out being. You just need to get the wasps and like move on.
Just literally had to push him a tiny bit longer and he would have gone in.
Not going for the wasps. I don't know if I agree with that choice, if I'm being honest. Unless he just genuinely plans on just trying to get the 60 strat, which he doesn't get. And I... What are you doing?
Fine by me.
It's like he thought he got the 60 strat, was gonna go back for the wasps, and then didn't.
Yeah.
You're all mine.
He's smoking a lot.
Yeah. We're gonna have to get a wrench before you can destroy it. And it's
Oh, nice pixel.
go for the wrench here, maybe.
Cliff, unfortunately, just didn't get any sort of bounce off the curator there for the strat. Gonna go for the backup.
Car was in a bad spot, but it makes it.
Yeah, nice backup,
Car bomb as
actually.
well.
Yeah,
Getting coins now.
Man, that was the best ride ever.
That's the point.
really good coins heading into
Oh, yeah,
bot
yeah.
too.
Fantastic.
Give it up for America.
Could even skip the box and get it in Globex.
I'm not even gonna lie. The way he just teleported, I thought he missed it.
Apu,
Oh, Being did get it without getting a
auto-man.
wrench. Fair enough.
No problemo.
Yeah. Benefits of 60, like you don't do much damage to yourself when you're pushing it into the wall.
Don't you?
Not really. Because when you're grinding the armor truck against the wall, you don't take much impact damage on 60 where you do on higher FPS.
All for
Kind of
my
always,
butt
if I miss on a truck, just get so mad that I just close the game.
You know, it's a very respectable choice.
it's like the worst strat to miss. And it probably is.
Yeah.
Apart from
Donut
maybe
truck.
out of bounds or something.
Donut truck.
Donut truck. I mean, don't. Yeah, it could go really bad. Don't.
Yeah, yeah.
lousy laws.
Yeah, I mean, it is possible to get a really good backup on the truck. Maybe it's like 20 seconds.
Yeah. Like, there
Somewhat
are
like-
places you can get the armor truck where it'll just do so much damage to itself, whereas, like, in out of bounds situation or donut truck, if it gets out, you can't catch it, it's gone.
Yeah, I guess.
Being's running out of time.
So this
Days.
armor truck is such an easy strat as well. It's disappointing.
Yeah, not even wrong. It's such a free strat. Backup here doesn't get a backup, bounces off the back of the curator instead. Gonna go for the coffee shop damage.
Yeah, please finish him here. Being, I really don't want to see him drive down the tunnel.
Hey, Kearney.
Cliff ground pounds Kearney, and Kearney's just like bouncing all over the place.
How
Being
did he
having-
not get busted?
Kearney, where's...
Oh, on earth.
That is insane how he didn't get. But yeah, you're not even. Oh, hello. Yeah, we're taking you down this. Never mind.
Being
He's just a legend. He's a god in his own right.
slippery little guy, isn't he?
Being just proving that he's just a god.
What? How is he not on one hit?
Nah, it's not black smoke. It does need that. There we go.
Oh,
Now it's one
no.
hit. There we go. That's very unfortunate for Being here.
Yeah, it's a big time loss.
Yeah.
30, 45 seconds probably.
I don't know why, but Farini here just feels so fast. and then feels slow in part 2.
Yeah. You don't use it in part 2, do you?
No.
Yeah, that's probably why.
Cliff decided to take it so slow to not get kissed there. I don't even blame them. It's like the worst thing that happened to you in 6-2.
113.06.
Not the greatest in the world.
Yeah.
Don't forget to ride.
Is Cliff
Dust eaters.
one hit?
So, let's see.
He really took his time going down the stairs.
Perhaps.
Automatic transmission.
Oh yeah, he might have kissed to death, to be fair.
It's like a game within a game.
But quite legitimately the worst card in the whole game.
Simpson
What?
Being having hit and run again.
What about
It's time for some road
Baby
rage.
Feeder?
Bart Simpson.
There's a bunch of really weird ones.
Ray off.
Carbon Rod.
But Ellie is really huffing some cocaine. Oh no, being busted, we can't afford that.
He's gonna need Lighthouse Wasp here if he wants to get the
Yeah.
Glovex. And he's going
Make
for
that
it.
work, yeah.
Yeah. 60 FPS bus boat jump.
Oh, this is too cool to be true.
Imagine. Just solidify his ability as a
Gosh.
god.
We can only turn left.
Perfect coins. 600 on the dot.
Hey. So,
Hey, good joke.
a rare knock funny.
Good joke.
That was actually a good one.
I actually like the Hell to Pay card, actually.
Eat my dust eaters.
Yeah, that's a good episode.
It really was a good
I remember
episode.
this being here before.
I really need to rewatch The Simpsons. I like binge watched like an episode 5 years ago. I don't think I wanted to watch it
What's
since.
today's special du jour?
For the
Um,
conscious, try our new chocolate salad.
Or anything past season 6 anyway. What's the point?
Whoa, wicked. That was totally awesome.
6-3, more like. Yeah.
Woo! Officer scared.
Oh,
This is the
I feel like Cliff tried to get the flying hamster card and just got no lift.
Okay.
Being having a bit of an issue. Being got pixeled on the bridge and then also got rammed in the back by Krusty.
no problemo.
Trying really hard to not make a crude joke. But, here we are.
Bring it on.
Oh,
I hope that was expensive.
they're bashing into the wall there. Bashing into another wall there. We can get a backup strat.
It's unfortunate.
Quite far behind.
Yeah. Doesn't get anything. It's just gone. It's going.
No, Gil back up. Agony. Big timeless. Being chance to catch up. Perhaps.
Cliff is really struggling here.
Whoa, wicked.
Dear.
Look out!
Misses a drop. I'm gonna just say screw it, he's going for it. Doesn't get a drop there.
Yeah, I think you're better off just getting anything you can. Just drive off too quick otherwise.
This is unfortunate.
Yeah, this is really disaster class from Cliff here. I can speak. Yes.
Another phantom drop.
Damn.
Getting a compact car to the face.
The truck has wonky driving.
A ute to the face.
Oh my
An armor truck to the face. Oh no.
He's gonna do like a full loop.
I've never seen it get this far.
I think. Yeah, he almost. Yeah, it'd be worth driving back the other way.
And here's hit and run.
Oh. Go for the ESS.
He'll make it back, Guff. From this exact point where he is right now, you get 30 seconds to get to the Duff truck. So he's got more than enough time to make it back.
It'd be worth going through Camp Krusty there.
I don't know. I don't know. So, this one instance alone is going to give Being so much time back that he really needed.
Yeah, that must be at least a minute of loss.
Cliff's just half forgetting where he needed to go. Doesn't even get a freebie.
No. Actually, can't fail the mission for blowing up the car, I don't think, but that would be super lucky.
It's tight again. It's back to being tight again.
Yeah. Wow. Wonky stuff.
Wonky. Cliff, you don't have time to be. Yeah, you don't have time to chat. You like Being is hot on your tail.
So yeah, he's really caught up, and he's like 15 seconds RTA.
Hang on, I'll tell you just how close Being is at the moment.
Take that.
Craig kept it.
Oh man, this sucks. Eat asphalt eaters. Out of my way, man.
That was, yeah, one of those Speed Simpson moments. Oh no.
Being is only 28 seconds behind.
Yeah, Being gets the strategy. Pretty smart to restart.
Being's ahead.
Yeah, he is, by like 15 seconds.
Yeah.
Jump to light speed.
Wow.
And just like that.
Fire in the hole.
I think Being's gonna be surprised in the lead. It's just.
It'll work. He needs to push him now, though. Nah, it's moving.
Oh no. Okay.
It'll stay. He'll just need to get Krusty Lou manually.
Okay. Okay, Cliff.
Where are we going?
Yeah, where are we?
I'll educate you.
Cliff. Come on.
This is unprecedented, these
Fire in
strats.
the hole.
Oh, is he going for this strat? Ah, he's going for the bill strat. I didn't realize that was the setup for it. Interesting. Made it work.
I'll educate you.
What are both of these
Wow.
like FMJs?
Wait, no! Being jumped out the window and missed the drop.
Oh
To
my
blow up the car.
god. Okay, Cliff's back ahead now.
No way. That was.
What is the end of this race? This is ridiculous.
Yeah. That's made it a bit more interesting.
Being was so far behind.
Ready for left. Yeah.
Being was so far behind. Cliff got a wonky Duff truck and that just completely changed. And Cliff had FMJ issues.
Yeah.
And Being just missed the drop.
Literally like neck and neck now. Like,
I just so confused.
Yeah.
24-13 drop.
Wait.
Being going. You know, I respect this. This isn't actually that slow.
I didn't know that's how you're meant to get beach. Never seen anyone do it.
Dust eaters.
Yeah. This is. I mean, Being does have hit and run here. If he gets busted, his coins are in a bad state.
I used where Gil was for reference.
And that's a bust.
These coins. I guess he hasn't got crusty though, but yeah, these aren't great coins.
You mean there's more?
But I think he can make them work.
You can make them work, it's just gonna take a lot. You'll probably need neighbors, to be honest.
Yeah, he's definitely. But yeah, he's gonna need neighbors.
This is ridiculous. I was not expecting it to come down to this being this close, if you know what I mean. Oh no! Oh, he's off.
Skipping neighbors is even an option. It's just insane. Like how?
Wait, hang on.
Wait, what?
Okay.
Oh, has he missed that? Right.
I missed it to go.
No way!
I've never seen that before. Oh no, he's. Oh!
Go the other way.
Being for the love of God. Okay.
Your car. I think he's got more than one hit. But
It's 2 hit. At the moment.
yeah, Tim's Cliff had a quite extreme Duff Truck L.
Duff Truck had wonky driving, and he got the last drop at the observatory.
3-day port.
That's cola truck level of time.
That's like over twice the amount long split. It's like well over twice the amount.
You can do cola trucks faster than that.
Yeah. But Duff Truck did have wonky driving.
Yeah. That's crazy. Cliff having a game here for a bit. That alien car is posing a bit of a threat.
Yeah. 5.5 faster than that. I mean, yeah.
Not even wrong.
5.5. Was it 113? I think the console is. For 60 anyway.
Oh yeah.
What? A 113, never trust a snake.
If I was to say, oh 5.5. Oh, I am dumb. I thought he was correcting me for saying that.
I was gonna say.
That's 6.5. I actually remember 113. 324, 5.5. Oh my god. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Cliff.
I mean, Cliff is still ahead. Shockingly, he's still ahead. I'm not quite sure how.
Got a cutscene skip, no issue.
Cliff having issues talking to us.
Not a single cutscene skip miss. Very good, fellas. Good job.
Yeah. Cliff. The thing is, Being is going into Homer 2 with a clear mind. Cliff is going in with tilt.
Yeah.
And that genuinely could be the downfall for Cliff, as if he remains tilted in Homer 2. Because this level will punish you for the slightest mistake.
Your driving is adequate, but lack both.
308, 5.5. That's insane.
Damn, that is nuts. I mean, I suppose, like, with a community, like, ComSob, that's, like, not getting any of the coins. That's just getting the drops and going, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Maybe you get the box or something, but... yeah, that's pretty mad.
Cliffhanger having more than enough coins for the zombie car.
Everyone sucks but me.
Us well? Wait, what?
I forgot, yeah, the last run that Tim's restreamed, the blue player did well percent. While waiting for yellow to finish.
Interesting.
Let's do this thing.
It's funny. Being's going to need a box.
Ow! My neck!
Time for the witch.
Flanders.
Strat, nice. Good RNG though, so...
Yeah.
That's really unlucky only being that close. Having enough coins.
Practically Austin Powersing it.
CPS check.
Here we go. What if being on 46, Cliff could go for no setup bridge clip here, and it could just work for the sake of working.
You could, but it's still really difficult on 46. Like, get it.
Yeah, I know, but at the same time, like, he could just go for it and there'd be no consequence at all, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, you only lose a little bit of time.
Oh,
you mean,
here we
zombie
go.
car.
Here we go.
Give it a crack.
He could have probably tried again. He can try again. That alien car
Really
is.
slow.
He was thinking about it and then just chose against it.
Ellie is huffing copium.
Ellie, to be fair, Being has brought this back due to Cliff having incident and Dove truck. This is closer than what any of us thought it was going to be.
Yeah. You know, the race isn't over till it's over.
Like, Cliff had the potential to be the decisive winner entering Homer 2, and now it's down to being whoever gets a good 7-3 in our car RNG.
Yeah.
Whee!
Being's gonna pull off speedy returns.
Now, I know Cliff doesn't like 7-3.
Who actually enjoys 7-3 though?
It's pretty free on low FPS, like, I don't mind it.
I mean, yeah, but it's still
Yep, out clean as a fiddle.
causes me anxiety. There we go. Very nice. Not an issue. That's pretty much barely slowing down to go up.
Welcome to 46 FPS.
Yeah.
Let's see, Being 7-3 here. This will probably be a decisive turn point here if Being struggles.
Yeah. Let's see.
Nice alien craft. Now to just get out of the path of the tractor beam.
Yeah, that's clean.
Good.
That'll go.
It's like just as good, if not better. Wow.
Oh wow,
126.
that's
Getting out.
Being having the zoomies. He wants to try. He's trying to pull this back.
I think maybe I just don't have fun with 7-3 because I just never bothered to line it up.
Yeah, that's probably the issue. Like, you do need to have a lineup.
Do you really?
Parking are very far away from the door.
Yeah,
A little bit of time. I just can't get over how close this is. Like, they're practically in the same mission right now. Just Cliff is slightly ahead, but Being has timer desync.
Yeah. Very close. Let's see, what time does Cliff get this car? Or get inbounds rather. 1:30:48.
Cliff was stuck at a door. Cliff, please, for the love of God, just jump.
What's going on?
He's getting
46.
stuck. Like, this is
PC platforming.
single-handedly, this is like the worst part
It's
of
12 seconds. Sorry, Being could catch up here easily. I think Cliff's lost a lot of time just doing that.
30 mission complete versus Beings.
Yeah, this could be neck and neck, I think.
Oh my God, Being, for the love of God.
Miniature heart attack.
Being is a second ahead. Being is ahead.
Yeah. I thought people in chat don't trust us. Right.
Yeah. Cliff pushed his car. He's gonna have to go in back. Oh, it's there. It is there.
The 46 FPS moment, I think. No.
Now he's pushed his car back.
Oh,
He's
okay,
in.
he gets in.
I'm baffled. I don't understand.
I think, like, the movement of the car, it's like slightly flipped in. Maybe it just, like, oscillates back and forth a bit or something. It just
I don't know
doesn't seem
anymore.
consistent.
I don't know. I didn't like his park to begin with because the 70s kind of like bounced back out the wall. Cliff having a bit of a car RNG issue. Being has his car. It's just sitting there like, Being.
Yeah.
Take me, Cliff. He despawns it.
It's just the lead.
Cliff, start throwing.
Let's go. taking Top Hat's donuts. Oh, this is crazy. You don't see many races that are this close.
Oh, I don't like how that's rolling. That's rolling.
Nice and safe.
This is ridiculous. If Being struggles with bridge clip, and Cliff gets it first time, this race will be close again. If Being gets bridge clip first time, it's his game to win.
Bombs away.
Now that's driving.
Hey,
Yeah.
it's totally not supposed
It's not even the case of small mistakes, Tims. It's just the duff truck. That's the whole thing that's cost him the whole race, is wonky duff truck.
One being.
That's getting out. That's not getting out.
One side.
What, enough speed, maybe?
This town is going
His lineup is good, he's just not getting speed.
Yeah.
Hasta la vista.
Come on, third tries the charm.
Like out of my way, walking dude.
He's out.
Ugh.
Cliff, you need to get this. Oh. That's a 46 FPS moment. And he's out.
No problem.
Oh, this is ridiculous.
Who's racing after this?
I don't even know. Hang on, I'll go check. After this is Sid versus Falco.
Mm. Want to
The
watch.
donut truck hater versus the taxi hater.
Oh yeah.
Being in the beam first. Cliff following soon. There's a 40 finish versus Cliff's, I think, 53 finish? No, 03 finish.
Yep.
Being is 27 seconds ahead.
Barring disasters is Being's race to lose.
Oh my god, this is so close.
Yeah. Wow.
One mistake is all it takes for either of these runners just to be completely out.
Lousy Missourians. Last time I voted to allow a new state.
Wee.
Yeah,
Traffic trying to stop Being
closer
right
than
now.
two twins.
Am I going to jail for that? Move it! I'm not dead yet. Reckless driving is
That's it. Oh my god.
No, Being. Oh, you really hate to see that.
That's so
Cliff,
sad.
Don't do the same.
Oh my god.
The important thing is I'm not imagining these guys.
Wow.
Cliff, for the
What-
love
what?
of god, please just drive safe.
Go over the Ven. What a
Oh, come on.
what a legend for that.
This King Hummer if you dare.
On Cliff. Finish it here.
And Cliff is in the beam.
Very nice.
One
GG.
136.59
Wow, what a
finish. My god.
Wow.
I'm baffled. That is ridiculous.
I know.
Being
Like-
had everything in his power.
Yeah, it was his race to lose, and unfortunately, not
And he lost it.
the worst possible place.
Imagine that, scared of some harmless nuclear waste.
Cliff, that Duff truck nearly cost you absolutely everything.
Oh, cut your fingernails.
Oh. What an
Oh.
interesting race to watch.
Wow.
Started off very one-sided.
The one mission happened.
The lead just didn't stop changing after that.
That's... Well, that's a race for the ages.
Oh, poor Ellie. got her hopes up.
Don't worry, Ellie. You can pull it back.
Why did I come here again?
GG to Bing. Respectable second place in the race.
1:37:59. A full minute behind. Damn, you hate to see that. That is so sad and unfortunate. We saw the exact same thing happen to Badger earlier as well in the tournament. That's so sad.
You effeminate wriggling spacewads! Imagine that, scared of some harmless nuclear.
If both runners want to come in for a post-commentary, do feel free.
Hello.
Hey, welcome in, Being. That's a very unfortunate finish for you.
Did
Hello.
oh,
Oh,
Go on,
sorry.
Being.
did that cost me the win?
It did.
Yeah.
You were ahead by 20 seconds.
Son of a bitch. I just Cliff. I blew the waist in 7-7.
Yeah, I had chat open. I saw that happened. Damn, dude.
It was so unfortunate. It genuinely cost you the race.
Yeah.
And Cliff, Duff Truck nearly cost you the race as well.
Yeah, Being, do you know what happened to me?
What happened?
My Duff Truck was wonky.
Oh my god!
It got all the way to the fucking dam, and then I had to go back to the Duff Brewery round the observatory way. Yeah.
Let's just say, you were behind by about 2.5 minutes, and after the Duff Truck mission and a few unfortunate situations in FMJ, you took the lead in 2 missions.
Mm-hmm.
Cliff then pulled it back.
Race to watch for everybody.
Yeah, the
It
last
was-
two
I'm
levels
sure
were
it was a
insane,
great
right?
show.
Like, yeah,
Yeah.
I was pretty tilted after March.
I'm not surprised. Like that was
Yeah, like that
that
whole
was.
one was just infuriating.
I am a firm believer that the donut truck is sentient and it will do massive backups all the way up until the last drop, and then it'll do like the smallest backup.
Yeah. No, that last drop was a mistake on my part. I went to
Just to be like head on.
yeah, basically, and I
It
should
didn't-
have just
yeah.
stayed.
Yeah.
And yeah. That last drop was my fault, but everything before that, I don't know how that happened.
Well, don't worry, Being. You now know that the donut truck is a sentient being and not to do it again. You've learned your lesson. I get the feeling now that Duff Truck is gonna haunt you for a bit, Cliff.
You think?
We were here.
I didn't
like,
even know that could happen. I mean, obviously, I know that any vehicle in this game can be wonky, but
it's
still.
very, very rare. It's essentially when it drops down. If it drops down slightly tilted on the hill, it's just tilted and it drives like a champion. It's ridiculous.
See, the worst part is, right, I totally skill issued getting, like, the Taffy Shop strat.
Yeah.
So, like, I could have got that and not even known. But then it's coming up to the backup. I'm like, all right, I'm catching up to it. I'll be able to just push it into the wall and do
And then
that
it's just
backup.
hard turn
It just
right.
snapped 90 degrees.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? Huh? What?
Yeah.
I'm gonna see this.
The thing is as well, and this is the worst part about wonky tilted Duff Truck, is getting drops is like 50% consistent. You can smash right into the back of it and not get a drop.
Like I said, it made it to the dam.
Yeah, you had a lot of phantom drops, which was very unfortunate.
Yeah, it was just like I can imagine because like I remember one of the reverse engineers mentioned that it has to do with like the inertia, like for whatever reason that it has to do with the inertia, and if it's lower, like then it's harder to get drops,
Mhm.
less damage.
And that's very, very, like, assured with the Duff Truck as well. That's the worst part. But, the thing is, when you finished Duff Truck Cliff and you came in saying fucking wonky Duff Truck, we're all just here, it's just like, Cliff, you're ahead by 20 seconds. Fucking go.
See, I thought we were close. I thought we were close before Duff Truck, and then like that's it. I'm 2 minutes behind now.
It's just so infuriating. It's just like, stop talking and drive.
You know, I had to do it for the bit, though.
Oh
I
yeah,
had
no,
to.
yeah. Well, just to notice to you both, 99,000 donuts were put against you, Cliff.
Well, what can I say? Doubters never win.
But Ellie bet 100,000 donuts on you to win.
Oh. Sorry, Ellie. Sorry, I let you down.
Yeah, it was so unfortunate your blow up. That was genuinely yours to win. Because Cliff had a skill issue climbing the wreckage.
Oh yeah, there's just that tiny little gap that you can like walk through, and I was
fell
just
through
stuck
that,
in there for like 20 seconds.
You then got out.
Almost fell off though. That's the thing.
You clutched that pretty well, actually. Cliff, you fell.
I like fell off onto the UFO and just like basically spam jumped. I'm like, no, please no.
I think the funnier part though is you got out that hole and then fell straight back in the hole.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Bruce made a good point. We are getting a little.
No, I was laughing like a mental patient at that point.
Yeah.
Oh boy, that was a race.
Well,
yeah.
We will have to wrap this up. We do have to wrap this up. GG's to Cliff. Very, very clutch comeback. Commiserations to Being. Very unfortunate what happened to you. We are going to have the next race in about 10 minutes time. So
stay tuned.
Fasten your seatbelts and get ready for Homer 1.
I'm still mad about that.
I'll see you soon.
Still mad about that Duff Truck.
Yeah. No, I was on probably a 5 or 10 second pace gold cola trucks, and then just I fucked up the third hit. Oh, I can imagine you're mad about that Duff Truck. I'd be mad too. That's not your fault.
Yeah.
See you, everyone.
Yeah.
Bye.